In this video, I'm going to be demonstrating a conventional way to use multiband processing to compress across your mix bus for a typical pop rock song. I've got C6 inserted on my first slot on my mix bus. What I'm just going to do is play you back the song so you can hear how it sounds. The way that I like to typically get set up when using the processor is to start out by picking the frequency divisions of the channels I'm going to be using. I start out from the bass and work my up into the low mids, the high mids, and finally the highs. To do this, I like to start out on a part of the song where I have all the instruments going. So I'm going to switch over here from past the introduction to the next part and solo the low frequencies. What I want to do here is find the frequency division where I basically go up and include as high a frequency as possible for basically just the kick drum and the bass. Tighten the cue a little bit. Here I'm starting to get some piano acoustic guitar that's too high. That's great. Next I'll go up to the next frequency band. This is the low mids. Again, I'm looking for kind of the rhythmic elements of the track, things like piano and electric guitar that are going to be part of this frequency band. Next to my high mids. This is where the acoustic guitars and cymbals are really located. Finally, the really high brilliant or sparkle part of the track. And I'll usually just start out by focusing on these four bands before I even get into the floating ones that are part of C6. Now right now I don't have any compression actually going on. What I need to do is change the threshold, change the gain, and change the range. So what I usually do is start out with compression, about 3 dB decrease is the maximum possible. With the low frequencies, I'll use a slow attack time. And I'll use a kind of long release as well. Focus on this one to begin with. Next up, the low mids. For this one, I'll use a slightly faster attack, slightly faster release. High mids, a little bit faster attack, a little bit faster release. Might have a higher range here, but set the threshold so that it's not going to maximize the decrease very often. Finally, the really highs. Very fast attack, very fast release. Bring the threshold down. And what you can do is listen back and then you kind of use the gain as an equalizer over these different ranges. I've basically done now is just set up a simple compressor across the full mix. What it's going to do is really control the level of the overall song and just add a subtle effect on it, nothing too dramatic, just by using these 4 bands of compression.